Hello, lovely people. So, recording a nice class for us tonight, just to ease ourselves out. The theme is just to honour our body, respect where we are, and just let ourselves surrender. Surrender to the need to be in our own space, in our own pace, and just let go. So I invite you to come and lie in Shavasana on our mat. So that's coming either into full Shavasana, where we're lying out, resting the whole of the body into the earth, or effortless rest pose, where our knees and feet come together. We walk them out to the edges of the mat and just let the knees rest against each other. And as we arrive in our chosen space, just beginning to let that breath settle, let the shoulders relax, feel any tension releasing from the jaw, letting the tongue be heavy, and asking ourselves to surrender to this moment, letting go of the day, just allowing ourselves to be present, noticing our body, noticing our breath. Arriving into this moment. Feel the exhales become longer and deeper, releasing out anything that we don't need for our practice for this next period of time. Is your space, your time to simply notice and listen to what it is you need. Take time to reflect on how your physical body feels as you move through the layers into the emotional body, the mental body, the mind. Now, energetically, how do we feel? We're making no judgments, just simply accepting and allowing it to be as it is. Just feel the lungs expanding out as we inhale, contracting in as we exhale. Beginning now to just wiggle those fingers and those toes, allowing yourself to move out of the stillness. If we've had the legs out straight, bring them in, plant the soles of the feet onto the mat and rock those knees from side to side, allowing them to come as deep as they wish and inviting in a rock of the head in the opposite direction. Just letting the head gently rock, feeling the lower back connecting with the mat as we ease out the knees from side to side. Drawing the knees into the chest, hands cup round the shins, and send those knees into the chest, giving yourself a lovely hug. As we inhale, lift the chin, drawing the head up to the knees. As we exhale, release back down. Inhale, drawing in into a little ball. Exhale, releasing down one more time. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, releasing down. Drawing those knees out to the edges towards the armpits. And just staying with your hands around the knees or drawing them into the elbows. As we inhale, just ease them away slightly. As we exhale, draw them down towards the body. Inhale. Use the pressure of the knees coming down to gently push that breath out. Keep the chin nice and tucked, shoulders relaxed. Keep moving with your breath. Squeezing out anything we don't need, letting go. And releasing, drawing those knees in slightly. Bringing the hands around the right knee. Extending out the left leg, stretch through those toes. Draw that left leg back in, moving the hands onto the left knee. Expanding and stretching that right leg away. Just keep flowing in and out. Inhale as we expand the leg. Exhale as we draw it back in. Taking your time for the knees to meet together. For changing to the opposite side. You can bring in a slight diagonal stretch here so we can draw the right knee in towards the chest. Expand the left leg out, just away from the body. So just seeing what feels nice for you. Either expanding straight down or bringing in a small diagonal stretch through the groin, through the hip. Sensing what feels good. Listening to your body. And finishing on the left side. Drawing those knees back in, give yourself a nice hug. Rock from side to side. And then I'm going to bring the feet up towards the ceiling, keeping the knees bent. So hands can come behind the knees, up the shin or to the outer edges of the feet. We're aiming to keep the soles of the feet parallel with the sky. Take a lovely deep breath, and as we exhale, just send those knees down out to the edges of the armpits, down towards the floor, coming into our happy baby. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Remember to breathe. And then if it feels nice, taking a rock from side to side. And coming back to center. Draw those feet in towards each of the soles of the feet. Come together. Knees spread out to the side. Coming into a reclined butterfly. Draw the hands through the legs. Hold on to the ankles or the heels. Just draw those heels towards you as you push the knees out to the side. And then release the soles of the feet back down to the mat. Take a few rocks. And then inviting you to either roll onto one side to come up to sitting, or bringing the hands behind the knees and taking a few spinal rocks to come back up onto our mat. So just crossing the legs or coming into a nice, comfortable seated position. Just grounding those sit bones. Lifting ourselves out of the hip, rocking the body from side to side. Feeling that sense of easement. Bring the arms up as we inhale. Just allow them to sway from side to side. Let the wrists sway. Rocking from those hips. Lovely, long, deep breath. So we would swing in the wind. And then hands come to meet in the middle in prayer. Inhale, lifting up. Feeling the stretch from the hip to the armpit, all the way up the arm, into the hands. Exhale, release those hands down and round. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, releasing down. Keep flowing with your own breath. Feel yourself fully connected with the earth. Feel that lightness and energy drawing up into the spine, into the crown of the head, lifting you up. This time as the hands meet and we exhale, left hand comes down to the right knee, right hand behind us, twisting over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, opposite side, right hand to left knee, left hand comes behind us. Exhaling over to the left. Flowing now into our twist. Asking the body to release. Allowing that breath to bring lightness and calmness into the movement. Finishing on the left. Rising back up. Release those arms down. And just switching those legs if you've had them crossed, so we're coming on to the opposite side. Just recentering the hip, sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to drop the chin into the chest, stretching up through the back of the neck. Let the shoulders be relaxed. Inhale, rising back to center. As we exhale, lift the chin up to the sky. Inhale, back to center one more time. Exhale, release the chin into the chest. Staying here for a breath. On an inhale, lifting back through center. Exhale, rising up. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, looking over the right shoulder. Staying here for a moment. Just feeling the sensation in the left side of the neck. Feeling where any tightness is and asking the breath to release that sensation. Inhale back to center, exhale over to the left, pausing here now. Using the breath into the right side of the neck, as if it's washing away anything that doesn't need to be there. Inhale back to center. I'm going to take a few neck rolls just to finish this area. So dropping into the chest. Inhaling up through the right, making a lovely circle with the nose. As we reach the top, exhale, coming down through the left. And again, inhaling up through the right. Exhaling down through the left. Reversing that direction. Inhale up through the left. Exhale down through the right. Inhale up through the left. Exhale down through the right. Coming back to center. I'm just going to release the legs out now. We're bringing the right knee out in front of us at a 90-degree-ish and left leg tucks behind. Just sink those hips. So the left hip's going to want to come up. We're just sinking it back down. So maybe your legs are further away. Maybe they're slightly closer together. Just finding a nice, comfortable position for your hips to be in. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to inhale, lifting up the arms. As we exhale, left hand comes to right knee. We're twisting over to that right. Just changing the position of our legs. Can change the feeling of the tightness. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the opposite side. Right hand to left knee. Twisting to the left. Inhale back to center. As we exhale, right hand comes just beyond the knee. Keep that left hand lifted. Push up through the hips. And exhale back down. So flowing in and out a few times. Inhale, rise. Exhale, descending back down. Again, we're just pushing out any tension, any tightness. Last one. Coming back to center. I'm just going to turn to look over that right knee. And just begin walking the hands out. Keep the chin and chest lifted. And maybe we just get to here. Remember, we're just honoring our body tonight, going as far as feels nice. Or maybe we might drop the elbows. Let the gaze lower. And if we feel like we can go a little deeper, we can send the elbows out to the sides, palms come together, forehead comes down onto the hands. Let the whole of the body surrender into that right thigh. Just respecting where we are tonight, respecting how we feel. And if we've lowered all the way to the ground, beginning now to lift up, draw those elbows in. Walk the hands back in towards the body, sink that left hip back down. And switching to the opposite side. So left foot's coming out in front at a right angle, right knee behind us. And we're sitting that left hip back down. And we're just going to let ourselves sink into this space. Inhale, rising up. As we exhale, right hand comes to left knee, twisting over to the left. Just pausing here. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to the right now. Left hand to right knee. Just noticing any changes, any sensations that come through. Inhale, rising up. Release those hands down. Left hand comes beyond the knee. As we inhale, lift up the hips, lift up that right arm up and over the head. Exhale, sinking back down. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, release. And 2 more times. Last one. Sinking back down, bringing the hands either side of that left knee and beginning to walk them out. Lifting the chin and chest. Maybe they stay here, maybe the elbows come down. Maybe the head sinks towards the mat. Maybe the elbows come out to the side, hands come together and forehead comes to rest on the hands or a block. Just allow the body to be supported by either the hands or the thigh. Lifting the head, drawing the elbows back in, walking the hands in slowly and sinking that left hip back down. And then just bringing the legs out in front of us, hands behind us, and rocking those knees from side to side. Maybe the hip lifts up, just feeling into what feels nice for you. And coming back to center. So we're going to bring our right foot over our left knee. We may need to walk the knees out a little bit further. Then we're just going to circle that ankle. Make sure it's free in the opposite direction as well. Get some movement into there and wiggle those toes. And then we're just going to push that right knee away. So you can either use the force, the leg to do that, or if it helps, a little bit of weight from the right hand. Then we're just easing out. And release. Release that leg. Opposite side, left foot comes over that right thigh. And again, just circle that ankle. Release any clicks, pop. And the opposite direction. And wiggle those toes. And then begin pushing away that left knee, using the weight of the left hand if you need to. Just easing everything away. And release. One last rock. And then we're going to come on to all fours. Hands just beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the knees. We're just going to begin by sending the hips back as far as they feel comfortable, lifting up and then dropping them forward, keeping the arms straight if we can. So sending them back as we exhale. Inhale as we draw forward, lifting the chest. Exhale back. And again, option here just to go as deep or as shallow as you wish. Sense what the hips feel like they need. Sense the feeling in the chest. Just get lost in releasing that tension, allowing the hips to let go. And coming back to tabletop. We're just going to do a nice wrist stretch. So turning the hands as far out to the side as we can. So maybe they'll come all the way around to point back to the body. Maybe they'll be on the side. So just finding that comfortable position for your wrist. And then we're just going to ease the hips back ever so slightly. Tiny movements. This may or may not feel very nice, depending on how tight your wrists are. But just work with where that point is between the effort and the ease. We're not over pushing. And releasing back out. Shake off them wrists if you need to. It's quite a tough stretch, especially if we spend all day typing on a computer. Circle those wrists in both directions. And give them a shake. Shake it all out. And coming back to our tabletop. So we're going to cross, we're going to bring our left hand into the center and cross our right hand over. So just finding that center point for you, so the arms across. Then we're going to make some circles in one direction with the shoulders. And then in the opposite direction. Going back to center, releasing the arms out, switching the direction. So right hand comes into center, left hand crosses over, just readjusting if you need to. And then just circling round in one direction. Just allow that direction to be natural. And then the opposite direction. And coming back to center, release out those hands back to tabletop. We're going to take some threads and needles now. So taking the right hand, and as we inhale, we're lifting it up towards the sky, lifting up from the sternum. As we exhale, sending it down and through, bending the left arm, bringing the shoulder and forehead to rest onto the floor. We're going to take some dynamic movements, so flowing in and out with your breath. Just let that breath be long and slow and steady, guiding the movement, bringing lightness into the body. Last one, this time staying down on the floor, letting that right shoulder sink into the mat, let the forehead sink into the mat. And maybe we stay here, or maybe we stretch that left hand away. Drawing that left hand back in now if we've stretched it away. And rising back up on an inhale, opposite side. Left hand comes underneath as we inhale, lift up through the left side of the chest. As we exhale, send that left arm down and through the right, bending into the right elbow. And flowing in and out with your own rhythm, your own sensations. Last one, rising up. As we exhale, allow ourselves to sink down into the earth. Let the head be heavy, let the shoulder relax. And maybe you send that left hand away, stretching it out to the top of the mat. Drawing that hand back in, push into that right hand, lifting ourselves back up to tabletop. And then we're going to tuck the toes, walk the hands forward. Inhale as we lift up the hips. Exhale to begin to pedal out those feet. Just walking the dog, easing out the back of the legs, easing out the heels. And play around with the body being still or the body moving as you do this. See if you can feel any differences. Which one do you feel drawn to do? And we're going to take a lovely deep inhale, lift those heels, lift those hips as high as we can. As we exhale, send it down to the back of the heels towards the mat. Draw the chest towards the thighs. And find some stillness in our downward dog. I'm just breathing here for a few breaths. You're doing great. Maybe rock the head slightly from side to side if that feels nice. Sometimes it can be difficult to stay in this position, in this asana, in stillness. And we're always used to moving and hurrying in places. See if you can just let that go for a few more breaths. Stay with it. And lifting the heels, looking up at the hands, and just moving that right foot in between the hands any way that we want to get there. So drawing the knee in and stepping it down in between the hands. We're lowering that back foot. And just allowing the hips to sink a little. Come up onto the fingertips if that feels nice. Keep the back toes tucked. Create an extra stretch through the back of the leg. Let the shoulders sink back. Let grow through the crown of the head. Nice long spine. Then untucking those toes. So we can send that back knee back a little bit if we want to increase the stretch into the front of that left hip. And then on inhale, rising up into our Anjanasana. Exhale, just let the hips sink. Coming into a small back bend, lift the gaze in between the hands if that feels nice. We're feeling our feet, our front foot connected into the mat, our back shin planted, holding us strong, lifting us up and out of the hips, a beautiful lightness rising up to the sky. On the next exhale, we're going to draw the right hand forward, left hand back, twisting over to the left. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, opposite side. Left hand front, right hand back. Moving in and out these twists. Coming back up to center. Interlacing the fingers, pointing through the index fingers, reaching up. And release the hands. So just staying here with the hands pointing down to the earth if we wish. Or we can bring the right hand, the right arm to rest on that right leg. And then we can turn slightly to look down the back towards our left foot. And then just see if we can lift. I'll have to put my hand on the floor. See if we can push and bring our left foot up towards our hand. And we can grab the foot or the shin. Use your other hand to steady if you need to. And we're just drawing that foot towards the body. Just see how it feels. And gently, with control, releasing out. Coming back down with the hands either side of the foot. Tuck that back toe, lift that back knee. Rock through the hips. Send that right foot back into our downward dog. Walk it out if you need to. And then lovely deep inhale, exhale down through the back of the heels, finding that stillness in between our postures. And then lifting the heels, drawing that left knee in towards the chest, sending it through and walking it up there if we need to, in between the hands. Drop that back knee, keep the toes tucked if that feels nice. Just let those hips sink out. Releasing down to the earth, lifting up through the chest, on fingertips or blocks if we need to. Growing nice and tall through the spine, out through the crown of the head. Releasing those back toes, walking that knee back if we wish for a deeper stretch. And inhale, rising up, fingers point to the sky. As we exhale, sink those hips. Gaze comes up between the hands. Feel ourselves grounded into the earth. Creating lightness from the hips, up the side of the body, into the hands. As we exhale, the right hand comes behind us, left hand in front, coming over to the right. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, over to the left. Just flowing in and out the twists with your own breath. Finishing on the left, rising back up. Hands come to interlace, index finger points up, lifting up as we inhale, exhaling, sinking down. Release the hands down towards the earth, so staying either here. The left forearm comes onto the thigh, and we're turning to look down that right leg, and then seeing if we can lift that right foot towards our hand. So maybe your foot's just here. Maybe you can grab the leg, grab the foot, and then we're just working on pulling it towards the body. Deep breaths if we're here. Just staying with the sensations and releasing that foot. Release the hands down, tuck the toe, lift the back knee, rock through the hips, stepping back into our downward dog. And again, just walking it out if we need to. And then coming to find some stillness, even if it's just for one breath. We're going to release the knees down to the mat and tuck the toes. So either taking wide leg child's pose where the knees come out to the edges of the mat, big toes together, hips come down, releasing down to the mat. Or we can draw the knees together, send the hips back, release down to the mat. Hands can come behind us, resting on the tops of the hands, letting the shoulders go. So choosing a child's pose for Balasana that feels comfortable for you or where you would like to be tonight. And then just allowing yourself a few moments to draw inwards, just to surrender down to the earth. Notice if the body feels light or if any heaviness is lifted. Just allow the body the chance to tell you how it feels. Releasing the hands back to the knees. Stretching them out in front of us. We're going to release the whole of the body out onto our front. We're coming onto the forearms. Elbows are beneath the shoulders, are just in front. Gaze is just beyond the fingertips. The tops of the feet are planted into the mat. We're drawing the shoulders back and down, coming into our Sphinx pose. Lifting the chest forward. Imagine drawing those elbows back towards the body, but they're not actually moving. It's just the force and sensation of the chest drawing through between the arms. Release the elbows out to the side, hands come together, resting forehead or chin onto the hands. Let the toes come in towards each other. Big heels, just relax out to the side. Let the whole of the body surrender into the mat. Let the muscles at the top of the leg go, the lower back, the shoulders. Really ask the body now to fully release. Ask your energy to circulate, bringing lightness and calmness to the whole of the body. Each exhale is another opportunity to allow the breath to sweep through the body, finding any remaining areas of tension or tightness, and just letting it wash away. like a wave. Then lifting the head and as gently as we can, rolling over onto our backs to come into Shavasana. Again, taking full Shavasana or effortless rest pose, wherever the body feels like it wants to be in this moment. And as you exhale, just really allow the body to melt away. Feel the face softening. Feel the neck muscles letting go down into the shoulders as everything sinks into the earth. Sense the lightness you've created in the chest, down into the hips. Let the thighs roll out. Let the knees be soft. And just allow the feet to flop out to the side or soften into the mat. This is your magic moment to honor your body, to sense the ease you've created throughout our practice tonight. And just allow yourself this wonderful moment of complete and utter bliss. Let that feeling gather itself and spread throughout the whole of the body, into the tips of the fingers, the edges of the toes, up into the crown of the head. Allow it to wash through you, cleansing every cell, every layer, from the physical body to the emotional body, into the mind, down through the energy layer. And just allowing yourself to stay here for as long as you feel you want to. There's no need to rush to get up. Honor the time your body needs to take in this very moment. And allow that bliss, calmness, and peace to travel with you either into your day or into your night. Namaste.